Hi everyone, welcome back to another Plan With Me. We are back for Finance Friday. I don't know if it's going to be every week, but I can tell you, that it is this week. So I was doing Finance Friday videos for quite some time, and then things changed and I kind of had to rework some things, but I have some financial goals right now, and I figured why not talk to you about them, because I know that many people have expressed that they like seeing how I do budgeting and what I'm doing. And so I wanted to share it with you rather than just like do it myself on my own time. So I have an older video up about sinking funds, and I'm going to try to remember to link it in the description of this video. But I was showing how I use these half sheets for sinking funds. And if you're new to budgeting, a sinking fund is something that you know will come up. For example, an Amazon Prime renewal, I know that my date is November 4th. So you know when it'll be. You just put aside a little bit of money every, so often as you can, so that once it comes, you're prepared. The other type of sinking fund is one when you don't have a date. So maybe car repair or home repair, or a new hot water heater or something like that, where you don't know when you'll need it, but you know that you at some point will need it. So that is the second kind, or the two sinking funds that I'm going to be making today. And the reason this is blank and November 4th is less than a month away is because I've decided not to renew my Amazon Prime membership. I don't think I use it enough to justify the cost. I do have family members who have Prime, so if there happens to be something I need within, 48 hours, and I can only get it on Amazon, or it's the cheapest price on Amazon, I can always hopefully use one of theirs. I haven't asked any of them yet. But I just don't buy anything, I don't buy many things on Amazon anymore. So I've decided that I'm going to cut that from my subscriptions. But I wanted to reference this because I probably can't do that, but I'm going to draw two jars. I guess they're jars. I don't really know. I'm not great at drawing, and I'm not a very good artist, but this is kind of how I've always done it for my sinking funds, and so it works for me. But really, it's just lines, and that's already messed up. Okay, so I draw these lines. Let's do this one, and then kind of like the screw part, and then, whoops, that's not really right, and then the lid of the jar. We'll just do a little rough sketch right now. That's fine. It's actually much taller than I meant it to be. That's too tall. I don't need it. Okay. I'm not going to erase it right now on camera, because when I do that, the whole thing shakes, and I'm sure it's not very visually pleasing. So this really isn't working. Okay, Elise, get your stuff together today. Let me go a little bit slower. Once I get one of these done, we'll speed it up for the other so that you don't have to watch every painful moment that I'm experiencing. But I kind of want you to be able to see the process and how easy it is. You could also print one out. You could use anything. It doesn't even have to be a jar. You don't even need to, have it look like this. You could just have it as a list. So, I mean, part of this is me showing you that it's easy to make if you want to make it kind of cute, but the other part is it doesn't have to be perfect. So it's off center, but it's fine. I can deal with it. And then let me grab a ruler. Just now that I'm drawing in pen, just to make this a little bit more even. I'm using, let's see, what am I using? An Energel 0.5 Pentel Energel. And then I'll go in later on and erase those pencil lines. Sometimes I think that when it doesn't look perfect, it's almost better, because it's just kind of, I don't know, I guess imperfect. That doesn't really make much sense. Okay. So this first one that I'm going to be doing is probably the most important. It's going to be saving up for a security deposit for when I find an apartment. I don't have an apartment. I'm living with my family right now. I don't know when I'll find an apartment. I have kind of like a goal within maybe at the start of 2021. Forgot for a second what year we were in. Okay, first, let me see. Anyway, so I know that it's going to be in a few months, hopefully in a few months, hopefully not much longer, but I want to save up the money for it so that I kind of have that separated. I'm looking through the goals sticker book, which I thought this was from, but maybe it's from Budget. I pulled that out too. So let me take a look. The color looks like it's probably from Budget. It's weekly spending. Let's see. No, those are the monthly goal stickers. Okay, maybe it is from Goals. If it's not from Goals and it's not from Budget, I don't remember what it's from. I'll have to go back and watch my old video. There are goal stickers in here. This is another goal. Those are big goal. I feel like it had to have been from Budget, but I can't really figure it out. So maybe we can do something a little bit different, even though it won't look just like the other one, but that's fine. That was a bills due. What sticker book was that from? I may need to pause this and go back to my other video. Okay, so it looks like I used this. This could have been from budgeting, I'm not sure. But when I made that video, I think I used the big goal stickers, which now I just saw them on the video. I'm sorry, this is so frustrating. Okay. So I think instead we're going to just do anything different here. There we go. These are the ones that I used. So before I choose a color of that, I just want to look at fun alphabets to see if maybe there's a fun color I could use. I could do this teal with that green. Let me see. I don't really like the rainbow stickers. I don't love those either. I used them once and I'm not a big fan. Okay, these could be pretty. I mean, it's sort of beachy, but I think that's fine. Okay, let's just get to the planning part of it and not the flipping through a million stickers part of it. First, I'm going to cut off the deadline part because I don't have a hard deadline. I mean, I know sort of when I want it to be. I guess I could have made... Nah, I don't... Nah, I'm just blabbing. Okay. All right, now this is specifically going to be for a security deposit on apartments. I think that even though I haven't found an apartment, the price range that I'm looking at, well, it's really the cheapest I can find, is $1,500 for a one-bedroom apartment. Welcome to Northern New Jersey. And most apartments, the security deposit is 1.5 months rent, which will be $2,250. So I think this is the biggest sinking fund amount I've made in a long time. So it's going to be quite expensive to move. And so there's also moving costs with like furniture and things that I'll need, and if I need to hire movers and things like that. But for now, I'm just saving for the security deposit because I don't know anything else yet because I haven't found a place. Okay, so now that I have chosen these stickers, of course, I'm realizing that security is not going to fit. DEPOSIT. I can guarantee 7 letters of this deposit are not going to fit. Let's see. Okay, may need to figure out a second option there. This video is not going how I planned. I am sorry. All right. I can probably put deposit with these. Let's see though. I'm just going to put them sort of on this ruler right here on the edge, whoops, just to kind of test it out and line it up. I think these are my favorite letters in this book. I wish that there was a book of just these letters and the like bolder black ones, the all caps. DEPO. So part of what's important when it comes to budgeting, having a budget, starting a budget, maintaining one, is preparing. And that's why I'm preparing now in October for something that I'm not really sure when it will happen. But once it does, I'll be ready. Okay. Those are a little bit too close together, I think. I mean, they're not close enough together. Oops. Let's see if I kind of put that one on top a little bit. Of course, it's not working. And then maybe that one. Okay, now there's enough. I've talked about this trick a little bit. I learned it from Mary Ellen. I don't remember where she learned it from, where you just kind of line it up on a ruler and there you go. Okay, so let me write secure. I can just, okay, security. Doing it with a pencil first, just so I can make sure the spacing is fine. And as usual with, did I do this on the blank sheet? Yep. Did anyone realize that before? Yeah, okay. Ay. All right, what I was saying was, I wasn't really doing it with pencil to make sure it was perfect. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to run out of room based on how big I was writing the letters. Using Paper Mate Flair, which I used to use in my planner all the time, and then I just found it was like a little bit too thick. I think there are thinner versions, but it also smears a lot. But for something like this, it's nice and bold. I probably won't have to erase, maybe a little bit, but I'll have to wait a while for it to dry. Okay, security deposit. Security deposit. I'm trying to decide what I want to write. Security deposit savings. I guess I can do that. We'll do the same pen. I love how bold this is. I just wish it worked in my planner. Security deposit savings. Okay, so there's two options here. One is that I can cut this off and put it here, but I think we are just going to draw a new one, and we'll fast forward and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so I got that drawn, and then I grabbed a couple of mild liners just to see which of these colors would work. Probably this one, but I'm not sure yet. It's like a little too orange, but I think it's fine. That's probably bright, yeah. All right, so again, not a necessary step, just something that I like to do just to add a little bit of color in here. Also, I would have colored that in next time before I put the pen down. I'm just coloring in over the eraser marks. Over the pencil marks. Okay, so next up, the writing. There are two different types of ways you can do a sinking fund, or ways that I do a sinking fund. This is how I'm going to do this one, a date, deposit, and a total. If it's something like holidays, I'll do date, deposit, total. Well, deposit or withdraw, total, and then remaining balance, so that, let's say I save $500 for the holiday season. Each time I buy something, I'm going to need to update that balance a little bit. So I'm using Sharpie S Gel, and we're going to write date. Deposit. And total. And then this way, I'll be able to just look at this sheet and know how much I have set aside for a security deposit, how much I still will need to set aside, and then we'll be good. Okay, this one I think I'm still going to do. I'm going to use this sheet because I made it and I don't want to waste it. I love this filler paper. It's my favorite. So let's grab the goals sheet again, the goals sticker book again. And then for this one, we were talking about that pale green, right? So again, this is something that I don't have a deadline for, but I'm probably going to need a new phone in like maybe the next year, I think. I mean, hopefully I won't need one. Like hopefully my phone doesn't break, but I feel like it's just not as, I don't know, it doesn't work as well as it used to. I have an iPhone 10 and it's fine. It's been, I think I've had it for 2.5 years. And so it's not a financial urgency, like it's absolutely not a need, but it's something that I'm probably going to want to get at some point, whether just for my personal use. I do use my phone for work, or even I film on my phone and I take most of my photos on my phone. So it's something that I'm probably going to get. But the best way that I can justify getting it at some point will be by having a savings just for it. Now, I will say, just because you save for something doesn't mean that's what you should be spending your money on. You know, we all are on different financial journeys, and if I save this money and the time comes that I need the money, it's going to go towards my needs. It's not going to go towards a phone. I just want to cut off this little part here to give myself a little bit more room because I see that I'm not going to have a ton of room. That's not how you spell phone. Oh my goodness, why can't I get my stuff together today? Now I think it's going to be even tighter. Let's cut this. Okay. Oof. Hopefully, oops, it's very sticky. Hopefully now this will work. I'm filming this on a Monday and I'm going to blame it being Monday. I don't think I'm gonna have enough room. Okay. Let me come up with, let's see, I can probably move this over. Maybe. I just have to be really careful. And that's where that ruler trick comes in handy, and of course I didn't use it for this one. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be moved over enough. If it's not, I may give up on this one. Could have also just written phone. Now I'm realizing, really didn't need to specify. Okay, let's grab the N and the E. Hopefully have enough room. Nope. Okay, let's trim this one more. And we'll trim this side more. Still may not be. Also going to trim the side of this E. That should work. Yep, just enough. It's a little butchered, but It's fine. Okay. iPhone. I don't think I'm going to do any more of those, the stickers, lettered stickers anymore. Anymore in this video. Not anymore ever. Ever. Okay. iPhone savings tracker. Okay, I figured out it's going to cost about $500, I think, with my trade-in. So I'm going to write 500. If I need to adjust it for it to be more, I'll white it out or something like that. Getting a little overwhelmed seeing how much I'm hoping to save. $27.50. Okay, now let's do a quick date. Deposit. I don't know why I drew the colons on that date. And then total. And this is a great way to do something, to save for something that you've been wanting. I did the same thing when I knew about a year in advance that I would need a new laptop. This is how I saved for it. And this way you're not that overwhelmed by trying to figure out where you can get the money from in terms of your, let me just check this color. That's fine. In terms of your weekly budget or monthly budget or whatever, but when the time comes that you do, quote, need one of these items, you'll be prepared. Sinking funds changed my life, like, completely. So I highly recommend making a list of the things. I do have in the video that I linked, I think there's a list of things to save for. It may be another video, but I'll put that video too if it's not that one, if that makes sense. And the things I'm currently saving for are the holidays, car repair, something I don't currently need, hopefully, but you never know. Medical, Go Wild 2021, now an apartment, a new phone. I have a small budget for, I completely lost my train of thought. I have a small budget for clothes or things like that that I may need, and gifts, and I think maybe that's it. I'd have to double check, but that's my those are my current things I'm saving for. But like I said, when I'm adding these to it, I wanted to talk to you about it. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have a sinking fund or multiple, what you're saving for. I'd love if you took a moment to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.